Good morning, everybody. Some of you may be aware of the statement that has come from Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kakoma Kanganja, that was issued today. Basically saying that they are no longer going to, just a minute, sorry. Basically saying that they're no longer going to allow, let me just read it to you guys. And it reads, it's a very lengthy thing, but it has been observed that some political party leaders have taken the route of deliberately abrogating the Electoral Code of Conduct and COVID-19 regulations under the guise of distributing face masks. They are using this activity to gather large crowds, which are turning out to be processions or rallies. Watch that space. Processions or rallies. Let me just park here for a second. I want to pay attention to you. Okay. Thank you for joining me, everybody. They have taken this route, deliberately abrogating the Electoral Code of Conduct and the COVID-19 regulations under the guise of distributing face masks. They are using the activity to gather large crowds, which are turning out to be processions or rallies. I have therefore, okay, Mr. Kakoma Kanganja says, he has therefore directed that no one should be allowed to conduct such activities, including, so Mr. Kakoma Kanganja has banned the distribution of face masks. Okay, let's see, where was I? It's a very long thing. I don't know why people write like this. I have therefore directed that no one should be allowed to conduct such activities, including the receiving of political party leaders at airports or any other public place. So, no more receiving political party leaders at the airport or any other public place. It is on record that due to COVID-19, all gatherings and activities that may attract huge crowds were suspended by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, working in collaboration with the Ministry of Health. The guidance was that only door-to-door campaigns should be allowed, and with not more than 3 people. However, this does not seem to be the case on the ground. I have observed, says Mr. Kakoma Kanganja, the continued political activities being allowed by some regulating officers, the conduct which is outside the provisions of the law guiding the electoral process from today onwards. I want to see total compliance to existing regulations, failure to which action shall be taken on officers. That's a threat to police officers, similar to what happened in Sesheke, by the way. Shall be taken, officers failing to do their job according to regulations on COVID-19 and provisions of the law. You have been tolerant for a long time, and this tolerance is being taken as weakness by some political players and has resulted in them not taking heed to regulations and guidance. I therefore, says Kakoma Kanganja, expect police officers to use force. This force can be interpretive. Remember December 23rd, 2020, Joseph Kaunda, Samansama, we don't know what this force means. Remember Sesheke, we don't know what this force means. It's a subjective word. I encourage or I tolerate or I expect officers to use force in bringing order in the country. All those that will deliberately choose not to follow the instructions should be dealt with accordingly. Just recently, a video went viral. Kakoma Kanganja, typical style of Mr. Kakoma Kanganja. Let me ask a question. First of all, dear Zambians, I want you to know that the UPND is a party in waiting to form government. I want you to know that President Hakainde Hichilema loves all of you and he cares for all of you. And he really thoroughly enjoys traveling. And the man has enormous energy. Enormous energy. I don't even know how he manages to fly into a town, work all day, fly back. He has enormous energy. But I want to remind you of the kind of people we are dealing with. Yesterday, there was a campaign in Ndola. Chishimba Kambwidi had a campaign in Ndola. Chishimba Kambwidi has been having campaigns in Serenje, Mukushi, Kalulushi. Huh? Chishimba Kambwidi has been moving around throughout the country. Just 2 weeks ago, President Edgar Lungu himself was in Mutendere, moving around. Okay? Mr. Lungu has been moving around in the name of opening up, inspecting works. What this article therefore means, if you could interpret this, is they have banned HH from moving. And to you, Mr. Kakoma Kanganja, this is shameful. It is very, very shameful for a man of your age to begin with, a man of your political stature, or not political stature, constitutional office bearer, and a man who's supposed to adjudicate and be a referee, a peacekeeper. And elections have nothing to do with the police. This is election period. Whether we are distributing face masks, Edgar Lungu was distributing a face mask just the other week. President Edgar Lungu was distributing face masks the other week. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you inundate us with requests for president to move, but I want you to remember, when the president toured Mandevu, toured Kanyama, there were new rules. He goes to Solwezi, there are new rules. When the president filed in his nominations at Mulungushi, campaigns were banned. And this is why, personally, as Mubita Nawa, these COVID things they are using here, this is not true. These are fake assumptions. I believe COVID is real. We have lost good people to COVID. May their souls rest in peace. COVID is real, no doubt about that. But here in Zambia, COVID is a political weapon to disadvantage one particular individual who they are scared of, from campaigning, from moving, from even distributing face masks. The one thing Mr. Kanganja must know, and all those people who do not like Hakainde Hichilema, is you cannot stop this man. He's unstoppable. You may have done it in the past, but read the times, read the seasons, read what Zambians want, which is change. You can stop him from flying. By the way, guys, yesterday we were almost not allowed to fly out of KK. And we stood parked at that tarmac for several minutes, almost an hour plus. And the president just refused to disembark. He refused. And that's how the plane flew to Solwezi, even delayed. We are dealing with people who are jealous of Hakainde Hichilema, jealous of his popularity. And what they saw in Solwezi yesterday has shaken them, because them, when they go to Kitwe, they are just themselves alone, just moving alone. Where they go, people are flashing the forward symbol. Nobody wants these people. Nobody wants PF. That I can assure you. Nobody wants PF. Nobody. The only people who want PF are the people who are eating with PF. The only people who want PF are the people who are eating with PF. And so, I came today to remind you, Zambians, that your man is ready to lead this country. It's up to you to put him and usher him into State House. They are going to limit him. And with this new rule now, they'll make sure he doesn't leave again. They'll make sure he doesn't leave again. And I can't disclose to you where he was supposed to be next. I can't reveal all of that. But I just want you to know, with this now, you know, these are people who wake up. They see you are fat, they close the cooking oil. They see you driving a car, they close the fuel. So what they saw in Solwezi yesterday got under their skin. The same way what they saw in Mandevu and Kanyama got under their skin. What they saw at Mulungushi during nominations got under their skin. But there's one more weapon that we have that they cannot stop, which is August 12th. That's the only thing we need to put under Kakoma Kanganja's skin, under Edgar Lungu's skin, under Tutwa Ngulube's skin, under Bowman Lusambo's skin, under all these people who have taken Zambia for granted. They can limit Hakainde Hichilema, but they will never limit our will and our spirit. There's a great man who once wrote a quotation that says, even a caged bird can still sing. Another man once said, I've never seen a frozen bird fall to the ground and feel sorry for itself. We shall not feel sorry for ourselves as Zambians, because we have a chance on August 12th to usher in a man who will not manipulate the law of this country to his benefit, to usher in a man who will have an inspector general of police who will not wake up and bring new rules. Remember, Bowman Lusambo once said, I will govern according to the law that is in my heart. That's not the Zambia we want. We want a Zambia that is governed by constitutionalism, law and order, free and fair adjudication of the laws. There is no way Hakainde can be stopped from going where Chishimba Kambwili goes or where Edgar Lungu goes. It's just so ridiculous, so unfair, preposterous, unthinkable, violation of human rights. It is the most unethical government I have ever seen in my whole life. Ever. And I've been around a long time. I was here when Kaunda was president. I've been around throughout all these presidents. But I can tell you one thing. This government is the most unethical government we have ever had. And you have a chance, Zambians, each one of you, to be the Hakainde of the streets, to go out there and campaign. And I hope none of you will scream again and say, let HH go out, let HH go out. HH wants to go out. But sometimes, President Hakainde, for the sake of peace, for the sake of preserving lives, so that no Joseph Kaunda is killed, no Nsamansama is killed, sometimes he chooses peace over fighting with hooligans. May God bless you. We have a chance on August 12th to fix this once and for all. Have a blessed day, and thank you.